in other Spy TV Weekly top stories tonight. Is Jinja the exact source of the River Nile? Well, we find out more in our Spy TV documentary as we unearth the true source of the River Nile.
River Nile, locally known as Chira, is the longest river in the world. With more than 6,000 kilometers in length, it flows through 9 countries before reaching the Mediterranean Sea. It is considered the symbol of life for all the countries it flows. Over the years, the source of the Great Nile has become a point of interest for many researchers. However, the exact point at which the river starts is still disputed among many. One such a place claiming to be the source of the Great Nile is Jinja in Uganda. Located roughly 80 kilometers from Kampala, the capital of Uganda, Jinja is best known for its location on Lake Victoria, a place believed to be the source of the Nile.
You welcome at the source of the River Nile. So we're on the world's longest river, which is River Nile. And Nile River, its local name is called Omuga Chira. And Omuga means a river, and then Chira means waterfalls. So Nile River, it is the only river in Africa which is flowing northwards, just because the north is on a lower altitude. So the Nile divides 2 kingdoms. We're having Busoga in the eastern, and also Buganda at the central. So the river divides the 2 kingdoms. And still it is divided into 2 parts. We have White Nile and the Blue Nile. So far we're on the White Nile. And the Blue Nile is from Ethiopia. That's from Lake Tana, and both Niles, they do join at Khartoum. And that is the North Sudan. And its mouth, it is in Mediterranean Sea. It is starting from Uganda, and that is on the end of Lake Victoria, because it's an outlet of the Lake Victoria. You know, the lake has got many tributaries, but there's only one way out, which is the Nile River. And Lake Victoria, it has many inlets, and among them we have River Kajira, we have Masai Mara, we have Mau. So the many rivers, they all feed the lake, but the lake only flows out in the Nile, and that is the source of the Nile where it is.
Even though the exact location of the source of the Nile is disputed, to date, a monument has been erected in Jinja city commemorating the findings of the famous explorer John Speke about the source of the Great Nile.
John Speke, I came to Uganda, and I was in 1858, and I named the lake Victoria. Before it was called Nalubali. Yeah, but anyway, and when he came, he named it Victoria after the Queen of England, and that was in 1858. And also came to see the source of River Nile, which was in 1862. But then before, there were some black people who were living around by that time. And those are the people who helped him to show him where the source of the Nile is, where they were expecting it to be. Yeah. And by that time, before the Nile was called Kira. And by that time, there wasn't more dams on the Nile, and the Nile was very, very narrow. But now, because of the many dams, it has been widened, and a lot of falls have been submerged. And it was discovered by John Speke. That was the first white man to see it in 1862. And that was like his 3rd expeditions in Africa, because they made a lot of expeditions in Africa. And finally, they confirmed the source of the Nile to be in Uganda as an outlet from Lake Victoria. The more people come to visit the source of the River Nile, the country earns foreign exchange. And also, the people at the site still, they get some more income, because like I'm a tour guide. So if the source of the Nile is here in Uganda, and we probably get a lot of people from different parts of the world. It makes us to associate with different people from different parts of the country. And also there's also fishing at the Nile, and of which we also export fish, most like tilapia, now perch. And also the perch, it has got its part, which is a bladder. So that's what makes the fish to be more expensive, like the perch, because its bladder is used making stitches, surgical stitches. So like a kg can be over $200 US. So it is very beneficial to the Nile in the way it's a source of income also to the people living around. Those people also get some water for irrigation, and that is mostly now, we call it in the farms. So it is very important to Ugandans and Uganda at large.
For this reason, Jinja attracts many tourists from far and wide as it offers a range of spectacular sights including Lake Victoria, Teziwa Falls and Mabira Forest.
Well, actually, we do have a lot of activities on the Nile. Yeah, first and foremost, we have the boat rides at the source of the River Nile, because if you just come on the banks of the river, you won't access the source of the River Nile. So mostly it is access through the boats. And then we have also other activities like the bungee jumping, then we have rafting, then we have water slide. There are a lot of water sports down on the Nile.
A boat ride into the famous Lake Victoria, locally known as Nalubale, is another adventurous trip not to miss out, being a host to different animal and bird species. With Itanda Falls along its trail and the Owen Falls Dam, which generates electricity for Uganda and its neighboring countries. Indeed, a ride along the Nile is another exciting activity not to miss out while in Jinja town. Interestingly, the name of this river is also mentioned in Hadith as one of the rivers of paradise.
Elisha Turiam River, Spy TV, Jinja, source of the Nile.